So, who's the MVP? I don't know. All that I know is that someone's the MVP. And how it's looking, I think it's Shai. I've said this before, but I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the most valuable player in the league. And that's just the reality. And I'm not changing from my stance unless he drops to maybe the third or fourth seed, but that will be crazy considering how they've been doing this season. Shai is amazing. He's been carrying his team. He's been consistently great. And the stuff that he does on the floor in crunch time and during the games is just insane. He's consistently attracting more than one defender, playing iso ball at the top of the key and getting great shots every time, playing hard defense, interceptions, and making sure to be involved in every possession. Meanwhile, also having an innate understanding of the game, meanwhile being one of the best players in the league. I just think that Shai is good. They beat the Jazz today. It was a great game. The Chet Holmgren went crazy, and they beat the Grizzlies before that. Shai Gilgeous with his trademark 31, scoring like a maniac, being the most consistent. I believe that when we talk about the most valuable player, we should look at the name of the award to give some meaning to what the award should be. We're talking about the most valuable, not the best, because then the award would have gone to LeBron and Steph every single year of every single season because they're just the best, and to Kevin Durant too. So we're not talking about the best player in a season. We know who the best guys are in the league. We're talking about the most valuable. If you were to take the guy out of the team, what would they be? So first, we have to eliminate Tatum. Yes, he's on a great team, but those Western Conference teams are not too far in terms of win differential, right? The Thunder are 6 wins away. It's not like they're, 10 wins away from everybody. After their losing streak, they've definitely dropped some. Okay, so then Jason Tatum, it can't be. His team is too good. So then Jokic, it can't be either because his team is too good too. Well, so then what is it? Like, if the Nuggets didn't have Jokic but everyone was healthy for a season, would they be in the playoffs? The answer is maybe. Probably a playing team, right? They're definitely not making it to top 3. I'm telling you that much, but they could be a good team. They have one of the best coaches in the league in Mike Malone. They consistently find themselves in good position, and they honestly have the best system, and they understand each other even when Jokic is not there. So I believe that the Denver Nuggets would be good. Would the Timberwolves be good if Anthony Edwards wasn't there? Probably. Maybe not a top 3 seed, but they could probably hold themselves up. They still have some great players around them. And Karl Anthony Towns has shown that he can be a number 1 on a playoff team. Not win the championship, but he's shown that he can get there. Right? So, then you have a guy like Giannis. We're like, when his team's not there this season, his team has won more games when he's not there than when Dame misses. So when Dame misses, they don't win the games. But when Giannis misses, they win games. So it can't be Giannis. And finally, you look at a guy like the Kawhi. I mean, his team is still great around him, so it can't be him. Obviously, this deductive reasoning is not the best, but if we go by these standards, then the Oklahoma City Thunder are definitely the worst team without Shai. They're young. Their secondary guy cannot be a primary guy. Giddey can't shoot. Dort is good, but Dort gets a lot of his game from having so many great players around him. And even though Jalen Williams seems like he's got a battery in his back, he's not effective when he doesn't have people around him who can shoot. So it's like you see a team like the Thunder, and they can't live without Shai. They can't live without his scoring. In close games, he's dropping 31 points. And no, in the games that they win, he's dropping 31. In the games where it's close, he probably goes under that. He hasn't dropped a 40-point game this season, I don't think. And he's been probably the best player, if not one of the best, at scoring this season. So, what do we talk about when we talk about these debates are things that are kind of arbitrary, like aura and stuff. It's like, I don't care about what Jokic does all night. He's great and he's going to win a lot of games. He has a great play style, but he's not the most valuable because he's not doing for his team what Shai is doing for his. Because the Nuggets, especially their role players, can play. They're guys with confidence who have been prone in a system by Mike Malone to play at their best. Jokic is just the one who pieces it all together, but we've seen them win games without him when they have DeAndre Jordan playing at an even semi-decent rate. We've seen the clutchness of Jamal Murray and how far that's taken them. We've seen the incredible ability by these teams to consistently have great performances and to keep themselves in games even when their best players are not 100% there. So when we talk about a team like the Nuggets, or the Celtics, or even a team like the Lakers, you could see that there's definitely an issue with the way that these teams are built because they win without their stars. I've never seen a game where the Thunder could take on another team without Shai, and it's happened. It has, but Shai is just so impactful, not just offensively, but defensively, that it's like, what are you do without him? And this is, I think, is the biggest thing for this team. They are great. They found themselves in a great position. And they have the best player for their situation. So when we factor in everything else, it's like, can the Thunder win without Shai? Probably not. They can't. And that is, I feel like, what it comes down to. I don't like to say it that way, but it's like, why are we not recognizing him as the MVP? When Allen Iverson had to carry the Sixers out of the mud, we gave him the MVP over Shaq because we knew that his Sixers wouldn't do anything without him. And numbers are numbers, but there's something about knowing that a player is the best, knowing that a player can play. Consistently seeing a player be better than he was before, turn up his game, be there in big moments, and meanwhile also being the most consistent player in the league and playing most of the games, and then not giving him the award, which literally stands for that, is crazy. The MVP has always been based on three things. Can you have the best team in the league? Okay. Can you put up great statistics and play both ends of the floor at least decently well, right? And Shai's playing both of the sides of the floor phenomenally well. And can you be the player who is the reason why your team is winning a lot of the games that they're winning? Shai's been that. Now, you want to argue Tatum, but Tatum has cost his team a lot of games. And he's been bad for clutch moments. Jokic has been inconsistent, and he always is during the regular season. He never performs from the first day to the last day. Shai, with all of the games that we have left, has played 66 games. He's already eligible for every major award. He has been the most consistent, the best, and the MVP of the league. And I feel like if we don't give him the MVP this season, then there's a problem because he's having the MVP year. I will keep pushing this. I will keep speaking on this. And I do not think that we should be biased towards a guy because of things that don't have to do with basketball. It's like I understand that Jokic is a superstar, but it's like Shai is the MVP. He's playing like it and he is it. And I feel like not giving him the award would be just completely a stain on what the MVP award is and what are the biases that go into it.